Hello my gorgeous Sagittarius, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you my gorgeous Sagittarini, and it's in between the 13th and the actual 19th of June 2022. So this weekly horoscope tarot card focus is for you my gorgeous Sagittarini, and it's in between the 13th and the actual 19th of June 2022. Do you know, from the beginning of the week you will go through something kind of like a really significant here, but especially when it comes to the beginning of the week, because at the beginning of the week you will understand something that you didn't understand for a long time. You know that it wasn't right, you know that this situation, there was something absolutely not right about it, and you just wanted a bit more info, so it's all about these little confirmations that you are going to have by the beginning of this week, which is going to open your gorgeous eye, and you will be getting a full picture here. You will understand a massive element that you didn't understand before. So this is going to be probably one of the greatest confirmations of your life, because after that moment in time you will go through your own spiritual evolution. You will understand where the power is, you will understand that the power is within, and you will also fully understand that the more you kind of like make every single step in this life on your own accord, the more you're gonna achieve. If you make a wrong step, it doesn't matter as long as it comes from you. You live and learn. This is important when it comes to your spiritual journey. There is something so specific that you are going to gather out of this information. You know, this is so important, and even more so, you know, it's going to start a process of releasing yourself from the situation that was holding you down for so long, where you felt your hands were like tied at the back. And also at the same time, it's just all about kind of release from bondage, but on another hand, it's about you making an absolutely enormous step when it comes to reaching towards enlightenment in your life. It is going to bring you pretty much so a very hopeful outlook. Okay, so it's gonna be really good, actually, to be quite honest with you. So it's all about the hopeful outlook that you're going to have, because it's connected to rather favorable expectations. But on another hand, you know, what else I find very interesting, that the return of someone very special, it's about to take place. The return of someone very special in your life, it's about to happen, it's about to take place. And the way this is gonna happen, it's gonna be mind-blowing. It's gonna be mind-blowing in so many different ways, but the bottom line is that you are gonna be surprised like there is no tomorrow. So the beginning of the week, it's also marking the return of someone very special to you, who is about to return into your life. And that in itself, it's so important, because you are at the same time gonna be told something specific about that person, and that in itself is going to inspire you. It's about this information which is going to show you the way when it comes to new possibilities. So it's about this inspiration, new possibilities. And on another hand, you know, it's going to really make you aware of, you know, new approaches to old problems, which on another hand, it's only coming from new knowledge, which is a very healthy sign how much you've actually changed. You have learned such an important lesson over the last 7 to 8 months, and that lesson that you have learned, it's primarily going to playing an important role here when it comes to voice your concerns at a time, you know, not to wait, you know. So also, it's not only about voicing your concerns when you should voice them, but at the same time, it's about the power of the actual direct communication. Sometimes we don't want to kind of like hurt someone, or we don't want to hurt certain people because we don't want to come down like too harsh. So it's not about coming down too harsh or be too sharp or anything like that, but as long as you're honest. I'm not saying that you've been dishonest, but I'm just saying the power of the direct communication, it's now more important than ever to put your foot down and to voice your concerns from now on in the future whenever you think that you should be, whenever you're kind of concerned about something. And here you're going to also realize how powerful you are when it comes to your psychic feelings and when it comes to your intuition, because this is all going to be highlighted. That in itself, when you become aware of the new possibilities, and new possibilities are very important here. When you become aware of the actual new possibilities at the beginning of the week, you also need to remember to be practical with respect to how you're actually going to proceed. Just remember this, because you are going to have this absolutely remarkable ability to make anything more beautiful at this moment in time in your life. But just don't forget about the fact that there is someone also, a very, very interesting, another person, not someone from your past, but another person is also gonna start entering your life. Somebody for the first time ever at around the midweek. And that particular person is a new person, not the person I've mentioned before. This new person is gonna play a giant role in your life when it comes to something really, really impactful and really important coming true, like some kind of a dream, something that you wanted to happen for a long time. Well, my gorgeous Sagittarini, that person who enters your life at around the midweek is indeed going to play super important role. Okay, very, very significant time of your life. Trust me, please. Okay, and also when it comes to the midweek, do you know what I want you to remember and pay attention to? That you see, I mentioned to you before that you're going to realize how psychic you are, how intuitive you are. Of course you are. And you do have this greatest power of, like, once you set your mind to something, you're like outstanding. You just go for it and you make it happen. And when that kind of happens in a conjunction with your spirituality, with your intuition and with your psychic feelings, you are, my gorgeous Sagittarini, on top of the world. So the midweek, it's going to make you aware of the minor deception. You're going to recognize and realize the minor deception before damage is done. And that in itself, it's actually going to make you feel so good about yourself. And you're going to realize this by becoming aware of someone taking advantage of someone. And then that in itself is going to open your eyes, and then you're going to start realizing a bigger picture here. And once you realize the bigger picture, you will just run, baby. No, but it's going to bring you peace and tranquility into your life. So but just basically you realizing minor deception, recognizing minor deception before damage is done, in itself, it's going to bring peace and tranquility and a very, very healing energy into your life, which is going to reflect on the sadness and negativity and trouble that you've been through over the last 12 months, purely because you felt restrained way too often, and that restraint was caused by others, which did reflect on you losing your faith just a little bit. So this is the surprising situation that it's about to happen and come forward at around the midweek. And the surprising situation is pretty much so going to suddenly you're gonna feel this very much so new interest in matters, and that is like, oh my god, your sign that you have overcome something so big, so important, such a massive obstacle in your life. What you need to remember is to have patience and absolutely don't worry. Okay, you can pretty much so take time out to rest and plan your next step. This is important when it comes to your financial situation and when it comes to your future planning. The last part of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's a very interesting advice that you are going to get from somebody who is so significant to you, somebody who is so important to you, somebody who is very kind of spiritual but is so intelligent. This person, a female person, very interesting, very beautiful, very kind. This person is able to see things in a completely different light. You know, this person has got a perfect amount of like a spiritual energy, like a business energy, like everything like a mixed up in one. Like this is a big mama in so many different ways. And this female person is wonderful person, a beautiful person. Okay, and sometimes that person, people can understand this person and get this person in the wrong way. Maybe this person kind of like really expresses themselves in an unusual way, or maybe that person can be a little bit stroppy sometimes and people can get her wrong, but she's remarkable, she's amazing, and everybody really likes her. So that person is going to give you really interesting advice at the end of the week, and that advice, through that advice, you will know how to express yourself, you will know what to explore, because something is going to dingling, something is going to ding inside your spirit, inside your soul, and it's going to start the process of awakening, where you are going to realize certain desires, and these desires are everything, because through these desires you are going to recognize important abilities, which are going to in turn into absolutely wonderful ideas by the end of this week. And these ideas are going to help you to recognize the next step, next stage, and you will know that this is going to bring an absolutely enormous change, because you're capable to do this. It's to do with your passion, it's to do with your path, it's to do with your next step. But also, never mind the fact that you are going to hear a really interesting news about the reward from hard work from the previously, that the people are going to admire you for this, and you're going to like this. This is going to kind of inspire you even more. And the next 2 months are going to be so important, you know, when it comes to you really realizing that life is about to bring you the whole new meaning, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Trust your intuition, okay? And of course, you know, careful reflection before taking action is needed, because insights are gonna come to you. Lots of insights are gonna come to you this week and over the next couple of months, you know, just through meditation or through the actual relaxation. You don't even have to meditate, but when you wake up in the morning over the next 2 months, you know, you will see many times suddenly you're going to feel very strongly, I want to do this, I want to do that. Or if you're meditating, that really kind of wicked epiphany is going to come to you, very interesting indeed. Or when you're kind of enjoying moment of the relaxation. Why? Because your subconscious minds go somewhere else, and when you are somewhere else, this just highlights your pineal gland. When your pineal gland is highlighted, then this is your third psychic eye. There is just so much more that you understand, and even if you don't understand something fully, you just know what is the right thing to do. So this, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is what I'm talking about. Very important indeed. It's important to recognize what this is, because it's going to bring an ultimate change into your life, but you're going to feel so proud of yourself as well, and the people in your life are going to be so proud of you. My goodness, my gorgeous Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.